can your gift or can your pain be a gift? I'm speaking to those who are going through the struggle, to the ones who are going through the pains, and the ones who are actually dealing with things that are so hard in their lives right now. And I want to bring some type of a clarity into it, if that makes more sense. I just want to engage with you guys because, like I said, my whole purpose is to be able to speak life into those who are dealing with this type of stuff, that are dealing with these type of struggles, that are dealing with these type of storms that they can't really, um, how can I say, really talk to anybody else about it, or choose not to talk to anybody else about it, but still have questions on why it is they are going through what they are going through at the very moment. So, can your gift or can your pain, excuse me, be a gift? Can your pain is the one thing that we need to understand. Now, the pain and the struggles, the different types, dealing with loss, dealing with, a job loss, dealing with home situations, marriage situations, um, men trying to be a good father, trying to be a good man, trying to be a good son, brother, whatever the case is. We all deal with these types of things. We all have gone through these types of these struggles. But in understanding that, it's something that we can get a hold of as long as we pay attention to the storm that we are actually going through in that specific moment. So, can your pain actually be a gift? Can your pain actually be a gift? Now, as we're going through the pain feels like a curse. Sometimes you feel like, what did I do? What happened? Why am I going through this specific situation in this specific time? What did I do in my life? How did I get here? What did I do back then for me to be able to deserve this type of situation? That's what happens when you deal with pain. That's what happens when you deal with these situations and you don't know what to do. So, can your pain actually be a gift? I do believe it can be. I do believe it can be. We can start here. Pain, what pain does, pain brings a sense of clarity into your life. It brings this sense of openness into your life, and it strips away the illusions that life can create because we get busy. We get busy with work. We get busy with the family. We get busy with planning our vacation. We get busy with this. We get busy with all that. But all of a sudden, with that pain, when that struggle, that storm hits you in your life, guess what happens? Everything stops. Everything stops. Now your life comes into a halt. Now everything in a blink of an eye just completely stopped. Everything just completely changed on you. And I know that feeling. I know that hard feeling how that feels. And the only thing you can do in the middle of that pain is you think, you look, and you go back and forth. You are, no, I am not law enforcement. I am prior military. So as we're going through these things, do me a favor. With everybody who's writing comments, let's tell me what pain you're going through. Tell me what storm. Let's speak about this. Let's speak about the realness. Stay on topic here. So pain creates this whole clarity. And like I said, it strips away the illusions in life. It strips away these things that we create all on our own. And it becomes more of an awareness. Like I said, loss, shifts, priorities. And the thing is that it deepens gratitude in our lives. It will deepen that type of sense. And like I said, I'm speaking to the ones right now who are going through the pain. This is for those who are struggling. This is for those who are in the middle of the fire at this very moment. This is for you. This message is exactly for you if you are going through that. And I want you to take away that. So, like I said, it brings a sense of clarity in our lives. The other area, what pain does, or the gift, if you want to look at it that way, is that pain produces growth. Pain produces growth inside of us. It will bring resilience. It will bring a sense of strong character. Your storm, your situation will do that. It will strengthen you and it will build something inside of you that you never thought that you had in you. You never thought that. But when you go through that, you understand it and you see that. So pain grows qualities, certain specific qualities that comfort cannot build. Because when you go through these pains, you have no other choice but to grow now. Now you must do it. I watch a lot of motivational videos and they're always speaking about this. And I believe this with all of my heart that being in the comfort of things will not toughen you, it will not strengthen you, it will not produce growth inside of you. But pain has a way of creeping up. The storms and the trials have a way of creeping up on us in life to every single person. And in the middle of that moment is when now things need to happen. If we look at the Bible in chapters 5, verses 3 and 4, where it speaks about suffering, because the Bible has a lot of scriptures when it comes to suffering. I'm not getting religious with y'all. This is not about that. But if you look at, like I said, the Bible has a lot of scriptures about how we are to endure these sufferings, these trials, these storms, how we are to do it with this sense of perseverance. It's a strong word, perseverance, to go through it, to muster through the whole storm, to be able to fight through everything. This is how we do it, and this is how pain produces that specific growth, because patience is learned in waiting, and strength is built in the struggle. And from all that, hope comes out, because now you start seeing things in a different light. Now you start seeing things in a whole different way. And once again, like I said, this message is for those who are in the fire, for those who are going through their storm, for those who are going through this right now, this thing that's just got you like this. This is your message. So understand that. The other area we want to point to is how these pains, these specific pains, trials, things like that, will produce a level of compassion. It will produce a level of compassion if you allow it and you understand it. Because, see, this is what I'm trying to get at. Before I was married my first time, and before, when I was younger, 18, 17, you want to say years old, I would see people go through their stuff. I would see people go through their things, whatever, and not saying that I had a malicious attitude about it. I'm not saying that at all. But I would see people go through their stuff. So as they would go through their stuff, I would have this thing that not saying I didn't care about what they were going through, but I kind of like, man, that sucks. I don't wish that on nobody. Okay, whatever. And I kept on going with my life. But when you go through it yourself, things change. When you go through that hardship yourself, everything starts to shift. Now you have this level of compassion. And maybe you have gone through that yourself, and maybe you have gone through that storm yourself, and no one showed compassion to you, and you remember how that felt. Why is nobody really trying to help me? Why is nobody trying to give me that lending hand? What is this? Why? Well, now you built that level of compassion, and now you can be able to comfort others. Now you can be able to do that, because, see, before the suffering, it was easy to judge. And now after the suffering, after going through it, now it's a little bit more easier, or maybe a lot more easier for a lot of you guys and me, to love now. So pain, can it be a gift? Absolutely. It's the way you look at it. Pain can be a gift. It's just the way you see it and the way you acknowledge it and what your takeaway is from all of it. But it can be one if you allow it to be one. Because the one thing that this world needs is more compassion, more love, more understanding when it comes to people who are going through their specific situations in life. The other area is the most important area, which is how pain creates purpose. Pain will create a purpose in your life. It will. God will turn your situation, your trial, your storm into a ministry, into a purpose, into a meaning, because He doesn't waste any of the pain. The pain in our lives and the storms in our lives do not get wasted at all. At all. But we must find that resilience, and that's where the whole strength and the whole character and the whole growth and everything comes about from this right here. So once you start understanding that, you will see how your struggle will produce a purpose that is bigger than yourself. Your story, your storm will become someone else's survival guide. You can look at it that way. It will become someone else's survival guide. It will. It's just that you have to go through the season. You have to go through the breakthrough. You have to go through being broken. And once you are broken, God will rebuild you. And once He rebuilds you, you will be completely whole and your purpose will be there. So we went through all the levels. And like I said, pain can be a gift. Pain will bring clarity into your life. The pain that you are going through will bring growth. The pain that you are going through will bring compassion. And the pain will bring a sense of purpose. No matter what you're doing, no matter who you are, I don't care. Every single one of you will face this specific type of issue and this specific type of trial and storm. So be blessed. I hope you guys understood it. Be blessed with everything. Understand what pain can do for our lives and how we are to manifest it. God bless you guys.